Trespass into the domain of the gods.
You are now listening to the Bill Bros. Welcome back to another episode of Build Bros. This week we have a special guest with us, Gunpla Skyfire, otherwise known as Lang. What's going on, man?
Evening, everybody.
We have Lewis, Alex, and Logan.
I'm not making bird noises.
I'm here too. So this week we are doing a deep dive on Belle.
Oh, such a good movie.
It's fucking beautiful. It's beautiful. It's absolutely fucking beautiful. And now, get ready for spoilers, because we're going to talk about it completely and openly. So, if you guys haven't watched the movie yet, go back and listen to the other episode, go watch the movie, and now put on this episode. What did you guys think when you first seen the trailer and everything? Like, what was your initial reaction? Just it's starting out. Everybody, Lewis, I'll let you take the floor first. We'll move on to Lang. We'll get into Alex and Logan.
It was kind of misleading because, I didn't think that it was going to be like M. Night Shyamalan, with a twist, So I thought it was going to be a normal anime, and then I was like, holy shit, this is a rabbit hole shit. I was like, hell yeah, thank you, Steve.
That's what I'm here
for. Pass the torch.
You funnel up Lewis. My thing was turning it on, and then I was blown away. It started off with a giant whale with speakers covered on it. So I was doing it just, okay, I'll do some homework. Then it piqued my interest. And then my ADD was kicking in and didn't really hold it. But then it kept me because the visuals and then the stories get pretty hard pretty quick. And then most movies give you the story and then you think about it, oh, it's symbolic. This one flipped it and gave you the symbols before. Like the bruises on the beast, spoiler. Stuff like that where it was just like, wait, why?
There's
They
no
really
spoilers
thought
anymore.
about it.
Say whatever you want.
So that, and then, yeah, that really intrigued me because it really threw me for a loop, giving the symbolism first, followed by the story. I thought that was very cool. Yeah.
Alex? What was that? Alex got cyberpsychosis.
What's his name? The kayak dude that runs the kayak.
Oh, the sporty dude.
The kayak club.
Kayak club.
The brother.
I don't know. Just
Yeah.
something about that dude in this movie. He's probably my favorite part. He has nothing to do with it. Honestly, not much at all. But
he was a very supporting character.
Very supportive.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. As a person that's not a huge fan of newer anime, I really enjoyed this one.
No, he wasn't a supporting character. He was the character because without him, they wouldn't find the place that those kids were.
True.
That's a good point.
True. His little kayaking.
He's the one. He's the one who said, "Hey, I know where that is."
Oh yeah.
So without him, he was the true hero.
Just not as a person not being a fan of newer anime. This one's super good, and the music you just can't.
Yep, that's another one.
The music, you just go to Spotify and follow Belle because she has her own fucking Spotify. So do yourself a favor.
My turn. Got shit on this.
I like that face Logan just made. He went, my turn.
I liked it a lot. The trailer, when I first saw it, it wasn't misleading. I just didn't know how interested I would be in it. But watching the whole thing, it's definitely worth a watch. It's very good and talks about adult topics, but doesn't just slam them on top of you and gives them in a perspective that makes sense, and it kind of eases you into it where you can reflect on it and kind of like take knowledge from it more than it just like slamming it in your face from the beginning and just pushing it during the entire movie where it kind of just gets drowned out. So I think they just like almost what Lang said, you know, they showed that symbolism first, and that was kind of the lead in, and then hit you with the cold hard facts at the end so you could take away from it just at the very end. And it made it just a really good movie overall because you can watch it for fun or you can watch it for a first time viewer and take it more seriously if you want to. So you can take it both ways, in the mouth or the back.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah,
Sorry.
I mean, dude, that entire movie, and I didn't even really think about that until you said that, Lang, is that they give you a lot of the symbols before the story. I didn't even like think that. I didn't even really think of putting that into perspective. It was just kind of like, it was like, oh, okay, well, this is a fucked up character. I thought it was somebody completely different. I thought it was like her like man crush. You know what I mean? From the start.
Yep. Right here too.
He had the same attitude, the same like, you know, coldness that the beast had, and I was like, But I started putting, I'm like, nah, it's somebody else.
Well, when he knew she was Belle.
They all did. They all fucking knew she was Belle.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
Everybody but her.
Her mom's
apparently.
friends. Oh, like that's her mom's friends too. At the end, that shit blew my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Fire lady.
My girlfriend really liked that part because it kind of gave her memories of like Cinderella and her fairy godmother or whatever it's called, but it's like the three of them, you know, and like they're in the background the whole time helping her without her knowing, but like they don't want to be overbearing or go too much where it's, you know, they're filling that motherly role for her that she unfortunately lost.
Yeah, because they were like the Beauty and the Beast. You know, you had the candle guy, you had the teacup, you had the clock, you had the.
Come on, Lumiere and
goddamn-
Cogsworth, throw down. I know you know him.
That whole goddamn house was alive, Lewis. That person had a goddamn army.
Yeah, well, I took that as like the little spirit thingies, like those little cutesy things.
Yeah,
that's what I took from them, as them being like Luminaire and all that shit like that.
The little kids animation, like his little character, dude. I want like 5 of those to follow me around at all times. Just say nice things to me and make me feel better about myself.
I wonder what what those were though. Like if I obviously we don't know anything about like those little sprite thingies or whatever the fuck they were. I wonder why they were in the world to begin with.
Didn't they say they were AI?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that sounds familiar.
Were they AI?
Yeah.
Yes.
Huh.
They are.
Well, there you go.
But why would the AI trying to show where the beast's castle was? Or did it trick? No, it was tricking them, right?
It was tricking people because so many people were curious that whenever they went over to them, they purposely kept misdirecting them over and over. But then they trusted Belle because they recognized her and they let her go through.
See, that's the like culmination. They were AIs, but that's what fire paywalls become. That's what those were.
Yeah, she had that monthly VIP sub, and they're like, "Fuck it, you're allowed in." Right.
You sub to the Twitch channel.
You get the gold skin this month, okay? Come get it at the mansion. It's at the castle. You just fight this dragon boss. No big deal.
I could not see that ending coming at all. Like that twist, that being a kid. And like going through fucking abuse. It's crazy because you see them in the very beginning of the fucking movie too. Like it shows.
Yeah, with the dad going like, "Oh, they lost their muscles. They only have." I'm like, so I thought they were talking about her, you know, Belle's, you know, relating to her what she just lost her mother. So, but it just hit me out of left field. I was like, ¿Qué? I was like, oh.
Fuck that dad for sure. First of
Fuck him and shit.
The brother's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
I like you're talking about Belle's dad.
No, I feel bad
Belle's
for
dad.
Belle's dad, dude. Actually, like, she was so disconnected from her father, but like
He was trying so hard.
He was trying.
yeah, bro. Like, this show hits in a lot of points this movie hits in so many points from like just like it's like holy fuck. Like, obviously she suffered through a lot of trauma with like literally watching her mom fucking die, right? Like that's fucked and it's gonna fuck you up. But like she was completely disconnected from like really everyone besides her friend and you know her I forget her name, the girl that set her up on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like obviously her two male friends, like the one sporty dude, and then you know her crush.
Are we gonna like? There's one like it's kind of pervy. Her friend has one of her professors.
Yeah, I did not like
on her
that.
phone as her background.
Yeah.
And you're like, we're not going to talk about that. Don't say anything.
Yeah,
that was
kind of fucky.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, you're talking about a girl
Lang
that's
is
like
sitting there like, did I
16?
black out during that? What the hell?
And she's
No,
like,
I have
shut up and eat. Sorry.
No, I got to jump back with the teenage daughter thing because I have a bonus daughter who I try like hell all the time to connect with her. But since she's not my biological daughter, that's when this movie started hitting me like, it's okay, bud, just keep going. I feel you. Keep going. Keep trying to connect. Maybe someday she'll, you know, open up a little bit. But at the same time, going to that pervy notion, herself along with all of her local cousins, I hate to say it, I think that's just the times. It is messed up what some teenage kids have on their phones now that we don't even know. So that's just, that's what's going on.
That shit is fucky.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
I-
going back,
Go ahead.
go ahead,
Sorry.
Liz.
I thought it was an idol, but then when she was like, I was like, oh no, this bitch wants to go freaky with him. I'm like, holy shit. Like, damn. Okay.
Well, and I think too with this movie, it makes it so relatable to the real world. With a lot of animes,
Exactly.
you're kind of like, okay, this is super far fetched, but it's like where times are going with technology and stuff. It's like this legitimately. I mean, really, people have internet personas already, right? On Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. We already have these internet personas. It's just we're not there.
Well, it's also just kind of
it's
kind of demonstrating that like we're advancing, but also dealing with the same issues over and over and over again that have been like hundreds of years old. So like we have this new technology where we can basically go into a different dimension in VR, like a whole new level of VR, and yet kids are still being abused, and no one really seems to care.
Oh, the technology
So,
gets
like-
heightened and the abuse gets heightened too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're not wrong there.
Yeah. I'll jump into 2 points on that virtual stuff. So I shared this since we've all gone around. I figured I'd do an experiment. I shared it with all my boys. I have a 3, a 4, and an 8-year-old, right? Who can't sit down if their life depended on it. They sat down for, I'll say, 2/3 of it at least. Like they were kind of in awe of how this was looking at everything. So it was a good for kids. I mean, it's PG, so it's a great show for all ages. But then my wife, who, when we first met, she didn't know anything geek whatsoever. Now, 5 years later, like I have 2 toy cabinets in our bedroom, and she has her own display, and she can throw down Star Wars with the best of them. She, after watching it, went and bought the Blu-ray and the DVD just so she can start like being a missionary and hand this out. Like she loved this. And then we're passing it along to cousins that are in plays mostly because of the music, because they're teenage girls that I think they versus 5 guys on a Gundam podcast, they would probably connect a lot better with it.
You're saying
they're
you're
doing it.
saying I wouldn't connect well with it compared to a child?
Except for you, dude.
Wait. So no one else cried?
I did.
I did not.
I cried.
4 and 5.
Yeah.
I saw this freaking show. I was in vacation.
I was close.
Mini
but-
vacation. And you know, I couldn't go no sleep, so I was like, "Oh shit, we're gonna do this episode." And so let me just, and I saw it on my phone. And I was like, and Copley saw it. I was like, Copley, the feels, man, the feels. Yeah. And I was like, oh, it hurts. And then I was like, and then at the last bit got me hard because I went through it, and I can relate to those 2 kids that like shit. Like, there's so many people out there so many kids that they can't speak out, and it's just fucked up. Like, we live in a world that we live in nowadays. Ridiculous. And this film is like a cry, not for help, but is to let people know that, hey, there's people around you that could help, because the whole thing was like, the kid was like, you can't help me. And then she went there personally and gave those kids hope that, yes, we are noticeable in this world. We're not just, ghost and nobody could see us.
Human debris.
Yeah. So I was like, wow.
I think too, that's to a point, like, because we spend so much time with social media and things like that, and we dive so far into the internet as is, and this movie is kind of like, look, there's life outside of it. There's more than just talking to, Lewis. Like, obviously we met on Instagram, through Gundam, but there's more outside of Dark Zero Builder than there's Lewis, there's Bell, then there's Suzu, there's the Beast, then there's Kai, and everybody has like a backstory. But with the internet and everything, and the way things are now, is like it's like they're known for their internet persona, and I think that's like the real world now. Exactly, like we're in that same spot. I think
with her, to jump on that point, she stood up within the internet, like, and just dared herself to be real. She didn't care about the persona as long as she could help people around her. You guys were mentioning before we got on recording, I went into surgery. I took one picture of me stuck in the ER, which sucked. And I've never had so much love from this community. I think there's the folks that ruin the internet and also that use it to their benefit and others' benefit. And I think she tried to, because she tried to find the kid. Granted, I can't, come out and, visit Lewis out there on the right coast since I'm on the left coast, but you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't go visit you in the ER and stand over you in the hallway and just look at you.
Damn,
hold your hand
DR.
and be like, it's ridiculous how ERs are nowadays. And then you're there for hours upon hours and upon hours, and you're like, yo, bitch, I'm dying.
3
I am
days.
feeling a pain
3
where
days.
I'm dying, and you're telling me, oh, your pain 1 to 10, bitch, 20. Could I get a room? Could you give me some fucking pain meds, please?
That was rough.
You were there for 3 days.
Yeah, it was messed up. So let's get back on that highway. So going back, I think it was Logan, you were mentioning about the virtual reality and the technology. I'll share with you guys. I take care of research animals, my day job.
You told me this before. Yeah.
So everything I get to see, you guys won't see another 5 to 10 years. And there's a guy out of UC Davis who is getting really terrifyingly close. We've all seen the old Final Fantasy CG movie, the first one.
Oh yeah,
that had, like those spirits.
Yeah.
They it showed how she could like journal her dream, but download it virtually. They're now to the point now that they can download and interpret language, right? So they can do one language right now. A guy at UC Davis was showing us, like, I mean, if someone speaks, if I say, hey, Copley, oh, his brain goes, that word's hey, that word's Copley. And they identify those and they can translate those brainwaves into, he said, hey, Copley, which is pretty basic. I mean, if you think about it, that's simple. The hard part is when you start getting into bilingual and like translation stuff, they're not there yet, but they can already download understanding of language. How long until they understand what you're seeing, the different colors, the different, how you interpret it, think stuff like that. It's coming.
I'm so excited for Cyberpunk 2077.
I'm not excited.
IRL.
I'm not excited. I'm not going to be able to understand Lewis because he goes off into
I
tears.
don't
My
care. We
brain's
have a
not going to be able to be.
cannon on my arm, and I'm
my
going to
brain's
run
going to get
around.
all. I'm going to fry out, dude. I'm going to chrome out
When
because Lewis
he
is going to be
said that,
talking
I'm
bilingual to me.
Cyberpsychosis.
My brain is always going like at a fucking 1,000 miles a second. It's like, and it's sometimes my fucking mouth can't catch up with my fucking thoughts and shit. And it's like, and even them, they go like, go to sleep. It's because my brain is still fucking just at a mile a minute. It's like, shit.
Some weed.
I got a question for the
I
panel.
can't.
Then I want to jump on that, Lewis. What would everyone's persona in the U have? It sounds like Lewis would be like half Roadrunner. You could not keep up.
Fuck.
That's real good.
Oh,
I know I
what's
would
that?
totally look like Mr. Incredible pre-workout, but like I would totally have some sort of sci-fi get up for sure.
I
what I
cannot
would look
imagine
like.
myself. I really couldn't. I would be like, I feel like I would be like Belle, where I would like see myself in the mirror that they give you, and I'd be like, "This is what they fucking gave me, bro." Okay, whatever.
Logan, you look
I'll
hot
run.
and you can sing. Look at you.
Not like her specific. Like, all right, whatever. Like, I'll take it, I guess, and I'll just go in.
I'd be
I
like,
accept.
I'd see Logan's character and be like,
Yeah.
Yo, get the fuck out of here, you demon.
Let me get the mama milkers.
No, I'm in danger right now. I need
love those
help.
freckles. Oh my god.
You're like, Logan, I like your hair, man. When did you get so long and pink?
Polygons are sharp.
You ever
Logan,
seen
come ring my
someone?
bell.
You ever seen someone disconnect from server so fast?
Oh, like,
I would 180
like
and look at
Jay
you
earlier?
after you said that to me, and I'd just be like, all F4. Get the fuck out of here.
In sometime, boy.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
See,
Oh,
I would
shit.
probably try and go for like a look like that dude Justin, but like not blonde hair. Like kind of like just a big beefy like guts guy. Even though that's not me at all, but that's what I would
The
try to go
douchebag.
for.
That's the
My
inner
You
you.
look at a douchebag? No.
Yeah,
you're not
bro.
a douchebag.
I like
Hero
the
dude.
All Might, bro. All the big hero
my
characters.
God.
Those are my favorite, bro. I love those guys. Guts.
All Might is my favorite.
Alex, where are you at?
Yeah, come
What
on,
are you
man.
gonna look like?
Oscar the Grouch.
with face paint on. Juggalo face paint.
Just in a trash can. Yeah, with juggalo face paint. Yeah.
You're built
Alright.
different, dog. I swear to God.
He's gonna have his little worm as the buddy.
Little worm.
So good.
Oscar the Grouch had that little worm. Didn't he have that little worm buddy? Man, I'm dating myself now. Come on.
Wait.
Somebody out in the
I
Gundam
don't-
versus screaming. See, Lewis knows.
So
Okay.
it is.
Hey,
Reverse.
worm.
It's punch in the
Yeah.
air right now.
I mean, I'm pretty fucking old. What the fuck?
What? How old are you?
31, dog.
Old
Oh, you're
enough.
not. You're not.
I'm 36.
39. All you sit down. I know what
There
I'm
you
talking
go.
about. I'm the
Holy
other.
shit, dog. I'm 25.
You pup. You pup. So let's see. I was 25. I was like buying NSYNC albums at a local used CD store when you,
You
were
could
born,
almost
man.
you could almost be my dad.
Ooh. Nope.
Yeah, I hope that scares you. My dad's 60.
Dude.
Come on, that's so far off.
I know it is, but still, it's close. It's wildly not.
Motherfucker.
But it's close.
Bye turned 20 on January 2022, and I was like, fuck, I was like, shit. I'm
Yep.
fucking old because when that shit came out, I was going like, bye, baby, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
A fat milk that just doing this around the apartment.
Jesus Christ.
Come on, man.
What, do you think like a group like the Justices, obviously the douchebag guy? What, do you think that something like that would be needed in like a
I think that would
AI
exist,
sense?
but I don't think they would act like that.
You don't think?
Yeah,
so?
I second
No.
AI sense because you couldn't control it. I mean, how many on the internet now think they're like they know it all and they really
Yeah.
don't? It's
Well,
got to be
that's-
pure AI.
Reddit.
Yeah, because that's the thing is those were
I guess
those were
but
players.
you have
right?
Discord. You have that already now, though, right? You have Discord moderators and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, like if Discord moderators didn't work, they wouldn't exist. So there are people out there who are good people that want to be like moderators and want to do that. So I feel like if there was a game like that, there would be maybe they'd switch to AI eventually after humans fuck it up enough times. But I feel like they would try it with humans, and I don't think it would be as unsuccessful as how Bell betrayed it. But I understand why Bell betrayed it that way, because they have to have some form of antagonist in a sense.
You had to have the bad guy
Yeah.
in you, but the bad guy in the real world was Mr. Douchebag Father.
He was a dick. Not a fan.
Mhm. I was ready to see like a cop or something come around the corner and shoot the dude. Like I was waiting for that. I was like, yeah, you deserve that and more, bitch.
It's Japan. They don't run around with guns in Japan.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
No.
Officers in Japan are only equiped with batons and mace. They have, those
that-
little,
even better. You just baton his fucking head and make his brain just splatter everywhere.
you know those little police stations they have. They have
Yeah.
weapons. They have weapons in those, but they don't walk around or actively do guard duty and stuff with like how America has full on AR-15 strapped up to the brim. They don't do that shit.
I want bash the brain in. That
Can
would
you-
have been great.
Calm down, you psycho.
I mean, he did something to Belle, like
I know, but it's Belle,
he
they're not
grabbed
gonna
her and
show-
fucking. I would have been like,
The camera.
Lewis is
done.
now I know Lewis's camera is killing me. It's just autofocus following his ass with him and his sound effects. God damn it!
It'd be funny if it kept focusing on the unicorn.
It doesn't.
What?
Oh,
Let's
wait.
get into favorite scenes, and we can just obviously this is full. If there's no spoilers here, go ahead and spoil. You know what I mean? Like there are no
Mhm.
spoilers on this episode, so
You want
You
to
wanna
start?
start us off,
Gibbs not first.
Lewis.
No.
Go for it.
Like spoilers, like how? The
No,
movie
like
was
we
great.
can't.
No.
We
What's your
can't
favorite
spoil
scene?
anything. We can't spoil anything. So
We
Like-
already have.
we already have. Yeah. So what's your favorite scene? Don't worry about spoilers.
Favorite scene is when they found out that is the kids. Like I was like, wait, that was a shock and awe for me. I'm like, wait, but I thought it was the dude, the crush. What? I'm like, and then once I saw the little kid with the hoodie, and he
Tomo?
was acting, and he was acting just like that little sprite. I was like, holy shit. And then when I saw the brother come in, and I was like, no. And I was like, yes, yes, it's flooding in. Let's do it. I was like, fuck it. This movie, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, not the bat. It would have been 11 out of 10 if the dad would have died, but wishful thinking.
We had
You
enough
know?
death.
Yeah,
We had
it's
enough
gotta
death.
be.
And PG, if it was rated TMA, I would be like, yeah, kill him.
But then it's not family friendly. Then Lane's family
I
couldn't
know.
have watched it.
And then my kids couldn't have learned why they have a great
I
dad
know.
that doesn't do anything to them, other than embarrass them in public. That's all I do.
That was one of the great things about this movie, though, is you could watch it with your family.
Yeah.
Like, I've watched it multiple times. Me, Carrie, and the kids have watched it.
You watched it like 5 times before I got to watching it once, and that was only like in a 3-day period, bro.
Yeah, dude. I
episode
obsessed
is
over
a
this.
long time coming. He's been trying to get on this tip for a minute.
I like back whenever we first started Build Bros, it was like we should do a Bell episode. We should do a Bell episode. We should do a Bell episode. And it never fucking happened, and then it finally happened. And now I get to have
Everyone
you on this
loves
too.
it, and now look at you. You're like,
I'm like, yes, I was right. Score 1 for Copley. Lane,
Now the
what
new
was your
name of the I was gonna say the new name of the podcast is now Build Bells.
Build
That's
Bells,
what it
yeah.
is.
hey,
That's what this episode title will be. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, points for me. Yes.
Lane, what was your favorite
100%.
scene?
I think it's 2 parts. One, when the beast showed up, that put some Dragon Balls to shame. That was sweet. Gigantic spherical arena comes in a sonic boom.
The
What's that?
animation
What is
of
that?
those
What is that?
punches,
Yep.
so cool. I did like that.
And
I
then
remember-
didn't he take like one of the spotlights and the lights go out and she just takes
He
a
tossed it like a
steel
javelin.
beam. Yeah.
It
So-
reminded me of Digimon and Omnimon when he was fighting in that dome spherical thing, and then
exactly.
There you
I
go.
was like, "Oh shit, it's
Yup.
Digimon!"
So that was the fun favorite part, and then the ending when she stood up for the 2 boys, because I think in abusive relationships you have one of 2 scenarios, kind of like the protect and like kind of a fight or flight. Yeah, you saw both, like the big brother protecting the little brother, and those that have been in abusive relationships, you have times where you stand there and you take it, you say, okay, I've taken this before, show me what you got, bitch.
Yeah, you can either
Like-
be the sword or you can be the shield, and
Yeah.
she decided to be the shield.
Yeah, for me, I think, Lewis, you've mentioned it, it hit hard for me. I was raised by a pretty emotionally abusive dad, and there was one time where I let him have it with my words, and he hasn't really talked to me the same since. So that moment is when I broke down. If she just stood her ground, and he still screamed. I
Yeah.
think that's a really good analogy, that just because you stood up once doesn't mean the abuse is going to stop. He screamed 2 or 3 times,
Mm-hmm.
and for me that was too real, but that was amazing.
And the reaction of the dad, really, like, you saw him like he was gonna, and then just her just not moving and just staring him in the freaking face, and that fear did the reverse. It was a reverse Uno card, and he
Yeah.
felt the fear that he was inflicting to his kids and everything. He got it tenfold, and I love that fucking scene. It was
It's like
awesome.
he still has the rage, but now he has fear, and he was just like, crap, what do I do?
Yep.
Yeah.
So good.
Alex.
Alex.
I have two as well, actually. One is just dumb and involves Kayak Boy again. When they're in the train station, and he's like, Zuzu is trying to like push him to go talk to O Girl.
Oh, like the whole interaction of them linking up.
It's just really funny. And,
No, that was really well done. That was really good.
and the last scene of her singing and like just pretty much shedding her skin.
Dude, yeah.
That's the one that made me tear
Dude.
up.
I was just that was gonna be mine, so thanks for stealing it.
Yeah, that is so
It was
good.
it was one of mine as well.
Another one, when the train station at the end, when she got back and the father was there, and then, hey, Zuzu, are you okay? And she said, yeah. I don't know if you caught it, but you saw the emotional relief of the father when Zuzu like let him in finally. Like she wasn't putting her walls up or nothing. She just opened the doors and the father could finally have his daughter. Like he was, and you got to give it up to the guy. He waited and he waited and he waited until she got out of that shell.
I'm surprised
and she
you didn't say
accepted
one
him.
of your favorite moments, Lewis, was the bus ride with the texts Do you not remember the text back and forth with the dad while she's on the bus?
Oh,
to go?
yeah.
One of my favorite scenes was one was that ending song and that ending concert. Cause I like that idea of like almost reskinning and just choosing to look like yourself and not getting an animated character, choosing a character that doesn't look like yourself. I like that idea. And then the introduction to the younger brother. Oh, I hit you with the dude. I love him. I don't give a fuck. I'm probably gonna get a tattoo of him from my plushie tattoo artist.
Tomo.
Yeah,
He's a cute little kid.
he's a cute little boy. That little angel animation that he has is so cute. I just want like I said, I want like 5 of him walking behind me at all times, just hovering around me and talking to me.
I think for sure, probably my favorite scenes are the intro. I fucking love that intro, like with the music and everything, because it was just like a really good introduction to this movie and what we were going to see. And then probably them finding the kids through the internet, and she's like, "Hold on, he's singing my song. Follow it, follow it, follow it." And then they find, obviously the dad, and they see the kids. They have the interaction with the dad on the live stream, and then they're like, "Oh, we can find you, we can save you," and he's like, "I've heard it a million fucking times. Like,
Yep.
I've heard it.
Your song.
Like,
And look at the system, and like, even with proof, with video proof that the father was abusive, they even said it that they couldn't do anything about it. Like,
Yeah.
because the kids have to report it. And I'm like, you're seeing it fucking happening live, and you're saying that the kids have to pick up a phone and be like, hey, my dad's being a dick and he's hitting me, so could you come here and help me? No, like, if you're seeing it happening, why can't you do something about it? Like, serious. And that's why these again, not again, but suicide, where in mental health, like, you have people dealing with this shit every day. And when people don't have, I'm not saying that they don't, but it's just when that fucking stress and everything breaks that armor that they have, that's it. That's when they decide, hey, I've been there. Said, hey, I'd rather be boom out, non-existing, than to keep on going through this fucking shit every day. And I can relate that to anybody. It's like mental health is a big issue for everybody, and suicide is no joke. Like, when you have those thoughts, it's like, fuck. It's like a down spiraling fucking depression. And it's like quicksand. You're trying to not sink, but you can't help it.
well, and I think too with this game too, that obviously it's gonna I'm sure it made Suzu feel a lot better about herself going into this game and getting all that attention. But at the same token, it's like, well, now we're in a fake world. It's not a real world. But ultimately, it like could have saved, it. I mean, we don't know how far it would have been taken with the dad, but it doesn't get any less, I'm sure, with abuse. But like, she saved those kids. You know what I mean? And like you said, those people go through that shit, and it's unseen, it's unheard. And this movie just touches a lot of like trauma-based events that can happen in your life, and
Use your voice.
Yeah,
and
use your voice.
Yeah. And again, I think she Zuzu, because remember the scene when the mom went in to save the girl, and then the girls, came back, and then they're like, and then she was gonna go and to save her mom. I think by her saving the kids, it was a clarifying, like, she did what she wanted to do at that instant to save her mom, but she couldn't save her because, goddamn freaking shit, because she couldn't save her. So, like, at that moment, I was like, she saved someone, and that's when she, like, I think she found a peace, and she could lay that to rest basically, and like say, hey, mom, like, and again, the mom was I know she was kind of a douche to put her that
Family.
kid, yeah,
Her family in
before
that
her
position.
own daughter, and not think that if she goes away, like, it won't affect them, but at the same time, when you're in that situation, it's body instinct, like, hey, you're trying to
Literally
save
instinct.
someone, it's not a
Rental.
yeah, it's just it's a go. It's basically My Hero Academia when when Bakugo was getting swallowed by the slime guy, and then Deku goes and he said, I don't want to go, but his body went and started running to save him. And it's like, it's just something instinctual,
Like a hero instinct, really.
Yeah.
I mean, they're heroes. I mean, even Bella herself, even showing up, she didn't have to do that.
Martyr.
No. Mm-hmm.
She did it. I mean, just like her mom did in a lot of ways, So
Excuse me.
it's a really deep
great
movie, man. It's
Yes.
got so much deep meaning in it and stuff, and it's like shows you the good, the bad of the internet. But still, it's a nice reminder that there are the internet can be used for useful tools.
Mm-hmm. And it's again, I had two people saying that it was shitty. I was like, then you don't have a heart. You don't have a heart. You're plain and simple. You're a hollow, basically. You have a big hole in your chest, and you just go upon the world just living like a goddamn zombie. Because if you couldn't take notes of that movie and say, hey, this shit is like, even if you have the perfect life and you never went through the shit and everything, but you can have some sympathy that there's people out there going through the same shit. Like, seriously, like, the world, like I tell my stepkids, the world ain't fucking rainbows and unicorns flying around. It's the nitty gritty. I know we tried to protect our kids, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, you can protect your kids to a certain degree, but you have to show them that this world is fucking, dog eat dog world. And you can't, it's you can't, like, because see, like, again, my personal life, she going, hey, yeah, everything's okay. But no, like, you could say everything's okay, but you got to tell them, hey, in the future, you will get into more and more of these altercations, and you're going to have, and I'm like, my dad rose me, and, it was hard because he showed me real life right away. Value of money, you need to work to do and earn your shit. You can't just be like, oh, I'm a kid and I can get everything, handed to me. But it's the world is I'm putting too much.
Hey, Lewis, I'm actually curious. The people that said they didn't like it, what was their age? I'm curious.
Oh, same, probably 2 years younger than me.
Okay. Because I was thinking, because
I know
I'm an
the
old
kids.
person. Internet, I have no filter, and anyone that finds me can find me. I don't care. And I think being raised in a generation where it's internet, you use that as your identity. So I'm thinking, like, well, why wouldn't, like, maybe they had a perspective of why would I ever want to get rid of it? It's been beneficial for me. Or they're probably going through their own hardship right now and feel bad that they didn't stand up and don't know how. Or maybe they tried and they did get hit by the dad at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
That's probably.
You're right. And they don't know how to say, hey, help, know?
Or who to say that to. That's a good way to
Yeah.
phrase it too.
Yeah.
If any of y'all out there are feeling depressed and need someone to talk to, hit any one of us up.
Yep.
Just saying.
Yeah.
It's hard, and know that you're not alone. You're not alone. There's people out there that's going same shit you're going through, or even worse. Even worse. But know that, there's always a light. And that being, just run towards that light, and we got you. We got you.
Alex killed me. Final thoughts, guys. Let's wrap it up. And Lewis, give your ratings, your final thoughts.
It's on another box.
We got another box.
It's the goddamn. No. Show what's in the corners. Show what's in the corners. No. Show what's in the corners. There's no game for this anime. You stupid idiot.
And then Rebecca, my favorite character.
Ling, final thoughts and rating.
Final thoughts. Fantastic movie. I never give anything perfect because I want to see what's coming up next and how they can improve on it. One big thing I forgot to mention was the shift in animation. I'm a big film geek that in the it was one type of animation. In the reality, it was another type of animation. And it wasn't like they had, I mean, how do you phrase it? Like Tron, like real life and then crappy CG. It was just subtle enough to make you believe it, I think, even more.
You almost didn't notice it at times, and then you're like,
Yeah.
oh, it is a little bit different. You're right.
Yeah. So I give it a 9 out of 10. I want to see what's next. Ooh, yeah. What fairy tale could they do next like this? That would be fun.
They did Bubble. Well, they didn't make. I don't know if they made Bubble, but there's one called Bubble that's like supposed to be an adaptation of The Little Mermaid.
Bubble.
I'd say it has to be Little Mermaid.
It's Little Mermaid. I don't know if they made Bubble though. I can check really quick while
And it's
Alex does his final thoughts.
I'll give it 10 out of 10, actually. This is the first thing I've given a 10 out of 10.
Wow.
It's good. I mean, everyone honestly should watch it. Even like if you're not an anime nerd, it's just a good film. What about you, Logan?
For me, I give it a 9 out of 10. I liked it a lot. It's a really good movie. It had very good plot through and through, and I like the characters. I'm not a big like musical type of movie person, like how Disney movies are. And when I watched the trailer, that's what I expected. And it was definitely not. The music was well placed and timed well, and never felt like it was dragging on or like just kind of filler, like I feel like a lot of Disney movies try and do from time to time in my head. So I liked it a lot. I would definitely recommend it to other people to watch. When I actually watched it, and I watched it with my girlfriend, her sister, and her wife are huge Disney fanatics, and she recommended it to them, and they're not big anime fans, but they said they'd give it a try because it looked interesting. So hopefully they like it.
Yes.
For me, 10 out of 10. The soundtrack pulled me in immediately. And just the plot, everything about this fucking movie. I will scream to the top of my lungs to recommend it to everyone. I fucking love it.
Would you give it an 11 if Lucy was in it?
I don't want to talk about her anymore. But yes.
I want to stay at your house, Copley.
I would have gave it a 20 out of 10 if Rebecca was in it.
But we're gonna close it out, boys. Give us your plugs, Lewis. Go ahead.
Dark Zero Builder, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, mostly Instagram. Love you guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Lang?
Gun plus Skyfire on Instagram. Hit me up on the one and only Lang on Twitter. I just throw personal thoughts and dog ratings on there. Other than that, Gundam Shoppers Network. I got to shout out my sponsor. Go check him out. And then last but not least, yeah, I'll be having a project, so keep an eye on my Instagram. I'm going to be working with probably Gutsy Gundam here locally. We're going to have a big thing coming up. I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
We got a time frame on a little announcement for that?
Let's finish everyone else. If you want me to talk about it now, I can talk about it now, or we can do it another time.
We'll do it another time then. I'll let you get everything in order and we'll do it.
Cool.
Alex.
You can find me at Mecha Shiva on Instagram. Mecha_Shiva, SHEEVA, and on my Twitch at Sweaty McSwampass.
Logan.
Never gets old hearing that.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it never gets old. Sweaty McSwamp-ass.
You can find me on Instagram at zealoushanger.us, and that is my only social medias. And you can find Copley at XXL. What does that stand for? New type?
I'm large.
BWC. BWC.
Jesus
And in
Christ.
charge.
No,
Big Weenie Club. Big Weenie Club.
no, that's not what it stands for. It's
Bad
'cause
Big World Championship.
2XLT, bro. Come on now.
Oh,
XXL new type.
Broadcasting Copley.
And you can find us at buildbros_US. Before we sign off, thank you again for coming on, Lang. I really appreciate it, man. It was awesome having you, and we're going to have you back on for some future projects, I'm sure.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
passed. I can come back.
Also, too, big shout out, because I don't think I did it. I forgot to do it. I'm an asshole. Shout out to our sponsors.
sponsors, bro. Oh my God.
Usagiboots. Check out for all your anime merch needs. It's always limited print, too, so you definitely want to check it out and pick something up. He does a lot of different stuff, so check it out. And then check out our partners, Leaping Panda Hobbies. You get a special discount at the end of the episode if you listen and pull the code and use it on their website for 10% off. So
I just did that this week.
did you?
What a guy.
What'd you pick up?
Got that Lancelot Albion.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Their store is almost done
Almost
too. I seen they were
Good
stocking
run.
some stuff, so I'm
Yeah,
really
they
excited.
got some shelves going.
Yeah, me and Alex are gonna take a trip out there. So
Take photos
otherwise,
for me, please.
I will,
No,
don't
we're gonna
worry.
vlog that shit, dog.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll take photos. And then also make sure you guys check out Spawn Camp Co. on Instagram. It has WASD down there, which is WASD, OBO, and DIGGITY Podcast. Those are our brother podcasts on the Spawn Camp network. So make sure you check that out. Give the Twitch a follow because it gets gameplay and whatnot. You also see OBO live on there, DIGGITY live. We'll eventually start getting around to that. So definitely be on the lookout for that. So.
Ooh.
Well, guys, it's been fun. I will catch you guys later.
Peace
Bye,
out, guys.
boys.
Later, Fampla.
Later, guys. Thank you for listening to Build Bros. When you go to check out at Leaping Panda Hobbies, don't forget to use our discount code for 10% off, and that's Build Bros 4.